We will be getting started right now. So, right away, our runners are getting themselves going in 1-1, executing their P-speed strats, and getting through it nearly in sync. So, a good start. Both of our runners. What you like to see, what you expect at this point in the tournament. We're down to the last 4 competitors. The winner of this match will take on Cujo in a best-of-3 match for the consolation final, and the winner of that match will face the winner's bracket champion when Chuck attacks the 5 seed. And regardless of those, whoever wins out of these 3 will have to defeat when Chuck attacks twice. This is a double elimination tournament. So, 1 fort, both runners getting the P-speed strats and getting to the top and grabbing their warp whistle, which of course they will not use, knock on wood. We've already seen a few of those instances happen in this tournament. And that aside, both of them getting their P-speed going in 1-5. Also holding on to Big Mario, come in handy for 1-6, and the airship. Lawso gets the hammer bro a little earlier than Horsedad, which is largely inconsequential overall. Horsedad getting his Superman strat and closes out 1-6. Nicely done. Also underway in 1-6. Does not get Superman right away, so has to go for the backup. So, World 1 airship underway. One of the first of many auto-scrollers our runner's going to have to deal with. Not an especially difficult one to handle. The main thing here is to hold on to Fire Mario for as long as possible. A very good fire kill from both players. Horsedad is ever so slightly ahead, about 335 for him, and about 5 seconds slower for Lawso, so we're off. So, Horsedad holding a slight lead here early on, but here is where some RNG is going to come into play, starting with that first hammer bro that you saw go south of 2-3. In the ideal scenario, you get to avoid that hammer brother altogether, don't have to fight him, because he has a music box, and while those are nice and all, it's not really needed, and it's going to waste valuable seconds. There's only one Hammer Bro you want to deal with, and that's the Hammer Bro, and he's on the other side of the map. So Horsedad's got a very good pattern going here as he goes into 2-Fort. Lawso had a little trouble in 2-2. Accidentally hit the block that triggers a Raccoon Leaf, and he also had some trouble with the moving platform, so he lost a few seconds overall there. Horsedad's a couple of rooms ahead right now of Lawso. Has no problem with Boom Boom. Hits him with 5 fireballs for the quick kill. Lawso going to do the same in a few seconds here. So Horsedad sidles around Hammer Bro and goes into 2-3. See if he goes for the red rocket strat. Does not appear he's going to go for that. He's just going to play this straight through. It saves a little bit of time if you grab the red Koopa shell, but he's not interested. Takes a hit, unfortunately. Lawso is going for the red rocket. This will allow him to... Ooh, doesn't quite get it. The idea is you throw the red shell into this little pier, in this little pit, and save a few seconds, and loses about maybe a few frames on that, the recoil there. So into the Oasis or Quicksand level of World 2. Their first of 2 appearances of the Angry Sun. Lawso has 2 Hammer Bros pretty close to each other. He's probably going to have to fight both of them. He might be able to make an educated guess on which one is the Hammer Bro based on what direction they look at after they finish their transitions. But first, he's got to get out of the Quicksand level alive, as Horsedad is flying through 2-5. Okay, so Lawso gets a good draw on the pattern with the Hammer Bro, so he knows which one is the music box, the one by 2-4. The other Hammer Bro is by the pyramid, which Horsedad has just entered. And yes, just to clarify with chat, this is a best of 3 match. We're going to play 2 matches in the tournament. In tonight. For tonight, if it's 1-1, they will play Game 3 at another date. So, and thank you for chat for clarifying how Lawso won their first match a few weeks ago. It's not the only upset we've seen so far. It's certainly one of the more notable ones. Lawso, of course, is also one of the organizers and admins for this tournament, so it's a real treat to see him continuing to play, as well as doing such a great job organizing the tournament, keeping everything going as smoothly as it has for the last 7-8 weeks. So Horsedad is underway in the World 2 airship, another pretty short one. Shouldn't have anything really to worry about. So we got about a 20-25 second lead for Horsedad early on here in late World 2. Lawso had a little trouble here and there. He had trouble in 2-2. He had trouble in the quicksand level. It's been a lot of little things that have just kind of slowly adding up for Lawso. But did get some good late RNG with the Hammer Bros, so he's still well within range of Horsedad, and World 3 is so gotta wait. So Horsedad's gonna go for the fire kill and gets it. So at 9:30, World 2 wand grab for Horsedad. Lawso's about at least 25 seconds away, 25 seconds behind, maybe more. See if he goes for the fire kill here. or if he's just going to go for 3 jumps. Fire kills are faster, but Morton's one of the trickier ones to do because you need a good AI pattern to make it work. He doesn't get it and just opts for the 3 hits, grabs the wand at 10:06. So at 36 seconds after 2 worlds. So 3-1 is underway. World 3 is where you really start to see some of the more advanced strats and more precise movements start to come into play. 3-2 is where it really starts, and we'll see how Horsedad and Lawso deal with the Chief's dodgy hitboxes and tight platforming. Chat's pointing out that 7-1 and hands dictate this category, and there certainly is some merit to that. Horsedad getting the P speed and is flying through 3-2. That's much harder than it looks, and makes quick work of that stage. Very nicely done by Horsedad. That, like I said, that getting P speed in 3-2 is not as easy as you'd think, and Horsedad made that look easy. Now the next thing you're going to want to notice are the 2 Hammer Bros. You don't want the Hammer Bro on the far right go into the next screen transition, because that means it's going to throw all of their carefully prepared preparation out the window. They need that both Hammer Bros to stay on the left side of the map to continue their pace. And I'm not really sure. Horsedad's kind of on the edge here. He needs that far right Hammer Bro to come back down a screen to keep himself safe. Lawso's not going to have any problems. He's in pretty good shape. Good boom boom kill for Horsedad. And we got a runner on Horsedad's screen. The other Hammer Bro made a run for it. So Horsedad takes out the Hammer Bro immediately in front of him. And okay, so this is not ideal for Horsedad. This is going to cost him time. He's essentially got 2 choices. He can either play 3-6, which is an auto-scroller, or take an intentional death and hope that the Hammer Bro doesn't interfere, cost him even more time, because what he's going to try and do is Cloud over 3-6 with the bridges down. And ooh, that's not good either. So Horsedad's going to need a little bit of help here from okay, so he got the pattern he needed to keep the Hammer Bro at bay, but it cost him a life, and so now he's got to do 3-8 as Small Mario, which is not a big deal, but with Boss Bass lurking around, you don't really want to take the chance to help it, because if he dies, it's a severe time loss. But he makes it through, so Lawso gets the good pattern, so he'll get rid of that Hammer Bro. Horsedad's going to have to play it a little safe here with this final Hammer Bro. Gets his star, which doesn't really need, but, stars are good. So 3-9 underway. He's probably not going to go for the H jump here because he needs to get back up to at least Big Mario. So about a 1-stage gap between the 2 runners going into Wendy. Lawso had a little trouble getting his P speed going, but now he's fine. There's the H. So ideally, you want to have Fire Mario for Wendy, because a fire kill on Wendy, she's on a flat, her arena is flat, is a lot easier than jumping 3 times, because on top of her bouncing around, she shoots rings after she comes out of her shell, and that just adds more obstacles, and it's actually pretty easy to, unfortunately, get hit by those rings while you're attacking. So Lawso is gonna have a quick kill on Wendy, barring any setbacks, and that will allow him to save a few seconds on Horsedad, who's gonna have to do this the normal way. So no 7 fire kills for Horsedad on the Koopa Kids, unfortunately. So Horsedad takes an intentional hit to get back to Big Mario, grabs the wand at 16 flat. So let's see how Lawso fares with Wendy. Dodgy hitbox, gotta watch it, but gets rid of him, and gets rid of her, excuse me, and grabs the wand at 1622, so he gains some time overall, largely because of that forced death on 3-6 to reset the bridge. So we're on to World 4, Giant Land, my favorite world in the game. And Horsedad, not opting for the P-Speed strat, just going to play this level normally. Lawso is going to go for the P-Speed strats, and it was a little short on his jump, so he's going to have to play this normally. Horsedad gets his P-Speed going in 4-2 and closes out the last half of the level nicely. Very good. Lawso finishes 4-1. Hammer Bros going in a couple of different directions for both of our players. Lawso clipping the edge of the wall, and ooh, he loses Fire Mario to a flying cheap that just hit him in the corner. Meanwhile, Horsedad's in 4-3 and is doing the world-famous P-Speed strats in the cave and forms them like a champ. Lawso opting to use a star here at 4-3 to get to guarantee his P-Speed. Horsedad using the first hammer to skip 4F1 and go straight to the hammer bro, gives him a cloud. Ooh, Lawso taking a hit to the spiny. The 4-4. Horsedad gets the jump, gets the hit on the Lakitu. Lawso is opting to go for a mushroom here. Try and give himself a little bit of a cushion, because these Lakitus can and will snipe you at a moment's notice and ruin your day. Horsedad trying to get a star, having a hard time getting to that star. Try and P-Speed his way through the final quarter of 4-6. Takes care of him. So, also getting his cloud. So, it's a forced encounter with the second hammer bro. I'm not sure which one that is. It's a star. I was hoping for the P-Wing. And it looks like he's going to have to deal with the Hammer Bro in 4-6. Lawso, going back to Small Mario, unfortunately, has to retreat and grab the mushroom. To grab 4-6, and now we come to the infamous World 4 fort, which will put you to sleep in all likelihood. So feel free to take a nap for the next 2 minutes as Horsedad navigates through this airship, which is moving at 15 frames per second. I appreciate the sentiment in chat. I do have, I believe it's Supersonic joining me for Game 2. So it's not just me. So there will be a fine tag team for Game 2 of this best of 3, which will happen in about an hour from now. Horsedad actually opting to take the bottom route. Normally you see runners go up top, but Horsedad doing his thing. The other thing you're going to see the players doing is keeping an eye on their coin count. They don't want to have multiples of 11 and have that multiple sync up with their 10 digits. So Horsedad's got a slightly bigger danger of that than Lawso at the moment. The immediate danger. And to answer chat's question, no, only 2 of the 3 matches are scheduled. If it's 2-0 either way, it doesn't matter. But if it is 1-1 after 2 matches, the third one will be played at another date. So Horsedad, no problems with Iggy. Gets the wand grab at 22:38. Lawso is going to be more than 22 seconds behind, unfortunately, at least 40 to 50. Some of those hiccups throughout World 4, especially in like 4-6 and 4-4, really kind of piling up there. But still very much in this fight. We still got a lot of game left to be played. The second half of the game is just beginning. Lawso being self-deprecating in chat, saying we won't need a third game. Well, I have faith in you, and it is what the people demand. They demand a third game. 23-28 wand grab for Lawso. He's got a 50-second gap to cover, making something of a mockery of my very previous statement. But as stated, lots of game left to be played. Horsedad getting the good jump to get to the top pipe in 5-2. You don't want to go down below. You're actually better off dying than trying to navigate the bottom section of 5-2. Which is kind of peculiar, but apparently they've timed it, and they have confirmed that, yes, it is actually faster to die and play 5-2 again. Navigate the bottom. So 5F1. Pit of Misery, Dilly Dilly, yes indeed. So Horsedad flying through 5F1, another fairly technical stage, but pretty easy to learn for anyone interested in speedrunning Mario 3. It's kind of a fun level, actually. Lawso had a little trouble with the Koopa shell, but works it out and is on its way to the top. So Horsedad takes care of the Hammer Bros, gets his extra P-Wing, so he's happy for that. Doesn't have to deal with the second one, so he can carry on. He will be taking on, I believe, the third Hammer Bro in the sky portion of the level to grab his second music box, which he, well, if he picks it up, he'll probably use it in World 6. I don't know if he... Chat, remind me, did he use his music box in World 4? I can't remember all of a sudden. But meanwhile, Lawso getting some weird movement with the Hammer Bros, but gets the Hammer Bro he wants and doesn't have to deal with the second one. Horsedad took quite a leap there in 5-4, stopped himself because he probably would have missed the jump, saved himself a rather painful death. Also going for the clip, didn't get it, but we respect the attempt. So it's about a 2-stage gap right now between the two, as Horsedad gets a good pattern with the Hammer Bro. He's got him boxed in the corner, so he might not have to deal with him at all, which is ideal. Save himself another 15 seconds. Good 5-7 from Horsedad. Lawso finishing a 5-4. So we'll know in a minute if he did in fact use his hammer, use his music box or not. But Lawso gunning through 5-5 as Horsedad takes down Boom Boom. And to answer chat's question, no. The way it's going to work is the winner of this match will face Cujo in the consolation final, and the winner of that best of 3 will take on when Chuck attacks for the championship. But regardless, they will have to win 2 matches. And yes, oh, Horsedad accidentally getting a 3-up. Not quite what he wanted. That's a few extra seconds for him, but hey, more lives. Yay. So, not an intentional mistake, but so yes, originally Horsedad was supposed to face Mitch in the previous round, but yes, he dropped from the tournament. So Horsedad immediately moved on to face Lawso. So, as expected, Horsedad used his cloud on 5-9 to skip the diagonal vertical auto scroller with the fire chomps. So that's pretty standard. You don't really see any players doing 5-9 because it's kind of long and irritating, kind of a pain in general. Lawso taking down his Hammer Bro to get to the fort. So again, want to hold on to Fire Mario for this because they're going to do a damage boost 6F1. Roy is one of 2 Koopas, the other being Ludwig, that shake the ground when they land on it. And can be a little problematic if you're not used to the timing, but that shouldn't be an issue for either of the runners, especially with Roy, whose arena's not that difficult to traverse. So Horsedad grabbing the wand at 29:42. Lawso is underway in the World 5 airship. All right. So Lawso underway with Roy. Pretty fight. Going to be just over a minute behind. 30:48 for Lawso. And Horsedad underway in 6F1 does the double damage boost to get across the spike platform. So now he's going to go for the star and do a quick kill on Boom Boom. Much faster than having to deal with any star or any fire flowers in that long platform. We're underway in 6-4 for Horsedad. Handles the level pretty easily. Lawso underway in 6F1. Six 5 is one of two levels in the game that require you to have the ability to fly to complete the level. So Horsedad used a little bit of AI manipulation because the game can only handle so many sprites on screen to finish the level. So Horsedad knows which Hammer Bro is holding the final cloud that he needs, because that Hammer Bro, I believe, faces left immediately after moving. Fortunately, he's got a forced encounter with the other remaining Hammer Bro to get another star, which is fine. You know, I'm not going to turn it down, but that ideally you only have to deal with 2 Hammer Bros, not 3. So he's underway in 6F2, the Ice Fortress. I think that was quasi-intentional damage. Again, on his way to Boom Boom and takes care of him. Lawso, very good 6-5 on his part. Still about a full stage and maybe a Hammer Bro or 2 behind, I'd say. Maybe a little bit more. We'll see how the Hammer Bros treat him. So he used a 1-frame window to skip past the Hammer Bro on screen and gets the Hammer Bro he needs, which is Cloud. So that's going to save him about 10 to 15 seconds right there. And Horsedad getting the H jump, so round of applause for him. So now he goes to 6-9, the most dangerous level in the game, and he has his P-Wing ready. And he handles 6-9 like a champ. Lawso, no problem with Boom Boom. Holds on to Raccoon. He's probably going to do a couple of damage boosts to get through the first part of 6-8. Horsedad takes an intentional damage boost on the spikes to go back to Big Mario, which is faster than Raccoon Mario. Good H jump for Lawso. Very clean 6-8. So Lawso's gained a little bit of ground here, I think, overall in World 6. Only had to do 2 Hammer Bros versus 3, and likely and was a little cleaner in a few of the other levels, like 6-8. So, as Horsedad gets ready to start the World 6 airship, we have that. Well, we have the hand game starting in World 8, but we'll get to that in a minute. But we have the other game we like to play. In 7-1, barring any complications, these two fine runners are going to try and clip through the wall in 7 at the front door and spare them from having to do the pipe maze in 7-1. So the question is, get your guesses in for how many jumps is it going to take both runners to clip the door and the wall? Our first guess in, Horsedad with 2, Lawso for 4. $476, man. We got a very optimistic predictor. First try for both of them. Got twin 5s, a 5 and a 5 to 3, and $36, I think 28 for Horsedad. Horsedad game overs before 7-1. That would be something. Lawso getting the clip for it. We didn't have to do anything for the next 15 seconds. All right. So here we go into World 7, and here we go. The screen was a little fuzzy for me. How many guesses was that? 8? 9? Okay, thank you. So, not the ideal for Horsedad. He has a 58-second lead by my count after World 6. So we'll see if Lawso can get it first try for the first time in over a year, according to him. Well, pretty close. Second try for Lawso. That's very good. That's a nice boost for him. So a 7 jump difference gets Lawso much closer in all this, but still needs a few more things to go right for him. A good 7-2 would be a nice step in the right direction, and a little trouble with the jumps, but gets through very nicely. So good job for him. He's about a full stage behind. His Horsedad just finished off 7-3, and he, as expected, uses his third cloud to skip 7-4 and underwater auto-scroller to go straight to 7F1, the other level in the game that requires you to have flying ability to complete the level. Ooh, Lawso taking a hit to the Koopa, the small Mario for the final half of this, for the second half of this level. Not too bad, and he'll be fine. And he is, so just had to be a little careful, but flies through. So Horsedad uses his last P-Wing on 7-6 to fly over the wall instead of having to play 7-6, which is a real time sink. So Horsedad does not opt to go for a star, start off 7-8. Some runners do. He's decided to hold on to it. Picks up the predetermined star. Does not go for the hammer suit in the pipe, and zooms past the nippers and the piranhas for a very good 7-8. So nicely done by Horsedad. So he is going to use his cloud on 7-9 and go right into the lion's den with 7F2. So he did take some damage, but he's got a star, and that should be enough to cover him through this rather treacherous spot and gets his power-up back. So he should be okay for the rest of this. 7F2 is probably... Oh, boy! Oh, that is bad! Oh, wow! That is disastrous for Horsedad. So not only does he have to play 7F2 again, but because he used the cloud, he has to play 7-9 now. So that is a terrible turn of events for Horsedad. Now he's going to go for the 7-9 for the clips 7-9 to help expedite this level. Gets the second clip, I believe that was. He's not going to bother with the third. He's like, he's got to get out of this. So see if Lawso can avoid repeating the mistake. Looks okay. Yeah, okay. Sticks the landing and gets through. So it takes a damage to get to Boom Boom. We have a major turnaround in this race as Lawso is very much in control here. One good thing for Horsedad is he has Fire Mario, which will make Boom Boom a bit quicker for him. And he doesn't have to worry about the power-ups in the World 7 airship. Nice dodge there by Horsedad to retain his Fire Mario and gets the fire kill on Boom Boom. So Lawso is staked to about a 25-second lead, I'd say, maybe a little bit less. Boy, oh boy. And we haven't even gotten to the really dramatic part yet. We'll start that game up in a minute, but meanwhile, first we're gonna see how the hands treat our competitors. Not the hands, excuse me. The World 7 airship, which is the longest stage in the game. It's over 2 minutes. So Lawso takes both power-ups, get back to Fire Mario, and now both of these runners are gonna try and hold on to this for as long as they possibly can, because it's going to make the Boom Boom fights a lot quicker. And taking on Bowser as Fire Mario is much faster than trying to lure him to his own demise. So we'll get to Ludwig first. No fire kill here. He's just going to take the 3 jumps and get out of here. I think that's a 44-36 for Lawso. Been a little dodgy for me. 44.57 for Horsedad, so it's a 21-second gap going into World 8. So for those of you who love auto-scrollers, well, here are a few more. So, and that, yes, thank you for reminding me. Okay, sorry about that, folks. So how many hands total are the two runners going to get? There are 3 hands, 50-50 chance every single time you go to one of the 3 hands. So you have a 12.5% chance of getting 0. We got an interesting mix of numbers, and it should be noted, if they get past a hand level, or they get into a hand level and die, which is unusual, but it has happened, that will count toward the total. So if you play 3 hands and you die in one of the hands and have to play it again, that's 4. And so Lawso does not get the quick kill on Hammer Bro. Is able to throw his boomerang before he can get him. So he's on his way to Navy. See how Horsedad handles Hammer Bro, so you can get rid of him before. Unfortunately, no. Yes, Horsedad took a death in 7F2 and had used his cloud at 7-9, so we had to play 7-9 and 7F2 a second time. So Lawso was able to take the lead. So Lawso doing some jumps for luck. So see if that will provide him with the good fortune he needs to get a handless World 8. Right. And right away, he gets hand number 1, and that's probably the one hand you don't want to see. Because it is the longest and can be the trickiest, but, so they're dead even going now into, oh, he gets hand number 2, but Horsedad gets his first hand, so that's 3 hands already for our runners. Boy, oh boy. Well, I'm not gonna. Okay, Lawso is out. Horsedad grabs hand number 2, so that's 4. Ouch. Yikes. Lawso at this point has lost nothing in terms of his lead. So both of them get identical hand patterns. Provided there are no deaths, this is the way it's going to stand. So Lawso is essentially right back where he started before all of this. So we'll just wait until this is over before making the final determination that it is indeed 4 hands. Lawso is clear. Horsedad's about halfway through the stage. Okay. Lawso is through. So congratulations to Made Walk Herd for his successful guess. So good 8-1 from both players. Also underway in 8-2. So Lawso avoids the angry sun and sails through, so he's 3 levels away. Lawso gets the 1 cycle. Horsedad also gets it, so very close, going down to the wire here. I think there's not even 10 seconds separating these runners. Okay, so 9 seconds separate the runners. Go to super tanks. So this is this has been a dandy of a race for game 1 of this consolation semifinal match. Lawso was behind most of the way, but Horsedad made 1 mistake in 7F2, which erased about a 1-minute lead and gave Lawso the lead because Horsedad not only died at 7F2, but he clouded 7-9, so he had to play that level 7F2 again. Lawso clouded 7-9 but did not die, and is now holding a very slim lead on okay. Lawso gets the clip. That saves about a 1.5 seconds. So, see if Horsedad goes for it. So, no, he's not. Lawso gets the 1-up clip first try. So, it's 35 fireballs to take out Bowser. Both of them are going to need it. Lawso, 1 room ahead. Needs 35 fireballs to score the game 1 win. He's going as quickly as he can. And he's got it. He's got it. Lawso has pulled off the upset and has taken game 1 in this best-of-3 matchup against Horsedad. Get your GGs out in what has been a terrific race. Lawso wins with an official SRL time of 54 minutes, 53 seconds. Horsedad is a very close runner-up with a official SRL time of 55 minutes on the nose. So GG's to both of these fine competitors. That was a terrific race. What it comes down to, one little mistake. That's it. So, we're going to go on to Game 2 in about 15 minutes. So far as I know, I will be commentating along with Supersonic 71087. Forward to that. In the meantime, we'll sit back and so that match will start at 8:45 Eastern Time.